right, this is Carl from Play by Here. We gave it a couple extra minutes. There were other people still joining, and we'll still have a few people coming in. But we're going to go ahead and get started. Just first of all, thank you for letting me do the thing that I'm most passionate about is teach. If I'm not teaching Sunday school, I'm teaching chess at the community college, or I'm teaching piano here, right? It's something I can't help to do but teach. I love to communicate, and I love the challenge of somebody struggling with something and being able to say the right words to get them to catch it. All right, so that's what I'm hoping we do tonight. Our webinar tonight is entitled "The Number One Fill-In Every Musician Must Have." Now, when you're playing or when you're listening to other people play, and they put so many extra things in between, but yours is just the same drab chords, right? All right, so we're going to fix that starting tonight. All right, there are a lot of different fill-ins, a lot of different ways, but we're going to talk about the number one. All right, let's go to our outline. Okay, this is called the number one fill-in every musician must have. Okay. Shift this one. Okay. All right. Now, tonight we will cover why is this the number one fill-in, the review of the number system, viewing the piano in a new way, walking by sixths, and how to master these fill-ins. All right. Okay. What is this number one fill-in? Now, all of them sound beautiful, some more than others, but why would I pick this as number one? All right. What is it? What is it? It is passing tones. Now, for my definition, for passing tones is any notes on the instrument not included in the chord that you're playing. Your best fill-ins are when you play passing tones on your way to chord tones. Always play passing tones on your way to chord tones. All right, keep that in mind. Play passing tones on your way to chord tones, your fill-ins. Now, if you just ponder that definition, you'll begin to see the power of this improvisation tool and why you must take your time and master it. All right. Now, why is this the number one fill-in? Because it's the only one that can be used anywhere, anytime, with any chord, period. Think about that. Any other chord that you use, they come up in certain situations. You can use it here. This fill-in you can use here. This one you can use there. This passing tones can be used anywhere, anytime, with any chord, period. It's your fallback fill-in. All right? Is that a good enough reason? All right. I hope I piqued your interest and got you hungry for this fill-in. Now, let's, first of all, hoping, one other thing that I've forgotten here. If you would like to, you can comment. If you see up in the top right, it's the top right hand, right, Chris? There's a place where you can make comments, ask questions. At the end, we'll have a question and answer for those who would like to stay afterwards. But make any comments that you would like to make. Okay, if you have thoroughly memorized the play-by-ear number system, this will be a lot easier. We sent out a link for you to review it. Those that have followed me for any amount of time on the playbyhear.com website, I say all the time, learn that number system. Take your time, learn that number system. Learn that circle of fourths. When you do that, then most of the things I explain, they'll look familiar, all right? If not, if you don't know your number system or circle of fourths, then all the things I explain will seem kind of new and kind of foreign. So I'm hoping you have. If you've memorized that number system, this will be a lot easier. All right. If you haven't, hang along anyway, and then memorize that number system later, and then come back to this video, and it'll make a lot of sense. Okay. Next, we're going to talk about viewing the piano in a new way. And this is foundational. People that do fill-ins see something different when they are playing the piano than people who just, as I say, plunk, plunk, all right? If you play just your chords with no fill-ins, you see the piano one way. People that do fill-ins and do them easily see the piano in a different way, all right? Now, if we're in the key of D flat, here's our 1 chord. On the left is your green, that's your bass. On the right, the red notes are your 1 chord, right? And if you don't do fill-ins, that's probably how you see your 1 chord, right? Okay. But what I want you to do is to start seeing the piano this way. All right. Now you still see the 3 red chords, red notes, which are your 1 chord, but notice the yellow notes beside them. Those are the other notes in the scale, right, that aren't a part of the chord. And so before you play that one chord, you're going to hit 1 or more of those yellow notes first, right? Yellow light before red light, right? So the chords, the red notes are your chord. That's your red light. Before you hit them, you hit those yellow notes. All right? So when you see this, you want to start seeing that, right? That's, let's see here. Yeah, let's see. Wait a minute. Let's see. We're sticking here a little bit. Let me see here. And get back where I was here. Okay, there's your chord. There's your passing tones, right? That's the way you want to see it. There, from there to there. When you see that, you're just going to play the chord. When you see that, you're going to play fill-ins. You're going to use passing tones in between. And you want to see that when you go to the piano. All right? Now here's our 3 chord from the number system. All right? So your left hand is going to play the green note. Your right hand is going to play the red notes. The 3 chord in D flat in the number system. But the yellow notes, if you hit those before you hit the red notes, you're going to have beautiful fill-ins. All right? With that, let's go to the piano. All right, with that, let's go to the piano. So I was putting a lot of extra things in between, all right? But if I'm doing the song, if I do just number system first, I need you. You need me, 3 chord. We're all a part of God's body. Okay? Okay. I need you. You need me, 4 chord. We're all a part, 5 chord, of God, F major in between, another 3 chord, body, 6 chord. All right? Now, the first thing, when I go about the 3rd time, I've got to switch that up a little bit, right? So the first thing I want to do is arpeggiate. In other words, when I hit the chord, before I switch, I hit the chords again, one at a time. Hit the whole chord, and then the notes one at a time. You need me. See what I'm doing? Just to keep the beat. See what I did? All right. So if nothing else, hitting him one at a time. Right? The third time I want to use passing tones. I want to use arpeggio. I want to hit the notes by themselves. And I want the song to build each time I repeat. I want it to build a little bit. First time I just hit straight notes. Second time I arpeggiated the chords. In other words, I hit the chord. And then before I move to the next chord, I hit the notes one at a time. Now I want to hit those yellow notes in between. I need you. See how I hit that yellow note right beside it? Well, but on here, it's not showing it, but of course it's the note in the scale. Okay. We're all apart. Now, what I did is when I know this is my 5 chord, but before I hit the chord, I say, right? Now my next one is here. All right, before I do it, I want to walk to it, right? Right? Now I'm going to my 6th chord here, but before I hit it, what do I want to do? All right? Okay. All right. Now if I'm coming to my 1 chord, here's my 1 chord. But I want, before I do that, remember the yellow notes? I want to say, see how I do that? Each time before I hit a chord, I want to do some walking. Or, all right? And then, doing. And that's how you practice too. We'll get to it later how we're going to practice it. Okay. All right. Now, I don't even have to really hit the whole chord. Sometimes I can say, right? I can hit the yellow notes, or I can even hit every note. Right? Okay. Okay. See, I can even do that, right? I can hit the scale, or I can hit every notes or chromatics. All right. Okay. So not only can I do that, I see how we're already at the piano. Okay. I can also hit more than 1 note, and I can walk the scale by 6. Now, when I said I can hit 2, I can say, all right, so what did I do there? What I did is hit 2 notes, a 1/6 apart, and I'm going to show you how to practice that in a little bit. But watch this, if I put that in there. If I say, all right, this time I just walked on my 1 chord. See how I walked before I did it? I need you. You need me. Apart from God's body and with me. Now, that's walking the scale by 6. All right. It's another song I like to use for an example. Why do you cry? Which is a 2 chord. Okay. Then the 5 chord. He has risen. Watch. See how I use the notes in between? I'm going here, but I hit the notes around it. That's Richard Smallwood. He danced a little bit. See, every note in the scale is game. Why are you weeping? For those who know the circle of fourths, you'll recognize this. Right? Still passing tones, still walk. Now, since I'm on the F note, I can also use the notes in the F scale. Right? Not dead. Now go to a B major. Now, since I'm on the B flat chord, I can use the B flat scale. Right? They did all. Now, how come I can do that? Because they're passing tones. I can use every note in the D flat scale. And the D flat scale uses all the black notes. So when I'm in the key of D flat or F sharp and I use all those in the scale, I can play them as fill-ins. Right? Now there's one part when it says, he paid it up. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. See, it's beautiful. But what I'm doing is those same notes, just hitting them one at a time. See, I'm following the scale, passing tones, walking in between the two chords. I'm sorry. Let's see. There. All right, walking by 6. So that's only one type of fill-in, but look how many places I've done it. Now to learn that, you see your one chord here? I just took that middle note out. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go back to our. Now what did I do playing that? I took my one chord, and I took. Oh, let's see here. Wait a minute. Let's see. I went to the wrong one. Hang on a second here. I took that out. Now from that F, I walked up 6 notes in the scale: F sharp, A flat, B flat, D flat to D flat. They're a 1/6 apart. And all I have to do is move up and down the scale, keeping those chords the same distance apart. All right, that's walking by 6. That's where I start. All right, let's go back to the keyboard. Okay, so I hit that, go to the next note, see how both of them are following the scale? You gotta practice this and back down. Okay, all right, so you see how I'm going up like that? That's how you want to practice that till you get it mastered. All right, even there. And then whatever chord you're doing, you can walk up to notes in that chord. So if it's my one chord, I need you to. If I'm going to the 3 chord, let's say if I'm going to the 4 chord, I can walk to any of these. Let's walk down to that, up to that D flat. Right? Or I can walk back down to this one. Right? And when you do that unexpectedly, any chord that you do, if fill in it, if you overdo it, it gets a little stale. But you want to surprise people. The element of surprise is what makes a fill-in sound good. If I'm on my 6th chord, I can say, let's see, let's walk down to this one, right? Or let's walk to this one. See how I walk to that one? And I can walk to any of those. I can walk to this one. Right? I'm going to the 6th chord. Let's move by it. Right? And it works. It works on any note that you want to do. All right? So you want to think of your 1 chord this way and think of that. That's where the 2 notes that you hit, and go up and down the scale until you've mastered that walking by sixths. Okay? It is one of the most beautiful, versatile fill-ins that you can use. All right? Okay, we already went to the piano. How do I master these fill-ins? If you're a beginner, and most of the people here said they were at easy to intermediate, you want to know, how do I master these? All right? Don't play songs. All right? That's how you master them. All right? You want to take these just like I did here, and what people do is they go too much to songs. Like, oh, this sounds beautiful. I want to learn this. Oh, this sounds beautiful. And you jump from place to place, but you don't master your fundamentals. If you get your fundamentals, then when you get to the songs, a lot of things sound familiar. You've already got part of the song learned. All right? So when you sit down, before you play songs, do some fundamentals. Do some finger exercises. We have a finger exercise section on the Play by Ear website. You want to do some fill-ins. If there's 2 or 3 fill-ins, you want to practice that number system and circle of fourths every time you sit down. Because when you play them enough, after a while, you hear those chords. They are everywhere. So you want to always never feel like you've got them enough. Because first you play them to memorize them, and then you play them for ear training. And when you play them after you know them well, you keep them. After a while, you start hearing them everywhere. All right? Okay, 3 stages to mastery. First of all, you're amazed or you're mystified, right? The music is so mysterious, it intimidates us at times. Okay? So first of all, you're amazed. All right? And I've got to do that. That is fantastic. All right? Stage 2, you practice until it's effortless. Focus on just that. The more you jump around, the slower it will take for you to master what you're doing. It's just like, am I going to build 1 house at a time, or am I going to build 10 houses at a time? All right, which am I going to do better, right? All right, this is the hardest step, but it's the most important one. Don't window shop. Window shoppers are people that every time they hear something new, oh, I want to do that. Oh, I want to do that. And you never buy. Sit down with something and buy it. All right? Because that's the only way you can make it sound good, is if you've mastered it, if you've gotten comfortable with it. Practice it until it's effortless. If there's something that you're doing, these fill-ins, apply it to a song that you play every Sunday. You know, if I'm learning something new, I'll find a way to put it into "You Can't Beat God Giving" or something that we do all the time. We love "Every Praises to Our God." We do that quite a bit. I'll find a way to put it in "Every Praises to Our God." I'll find a way to put it into "I Need You to Survive," right? I'll find a way to put it in "Blessed Be the Tie That Bind." That's what we dismiss with every Sunday at my church. Okay? So practice it till it's effortless. Apply it to a song you play effortlessly. Play that song that you play regularly, and stay with 1 or 2 things. All right? The 3rd step is, after a while, you mystify others. At first, it mystifies you, but when you've practiced it enough, it becomes common. Right? You become jaded. Okay, I'm just practicing this. I got it pretty good. But then, unexpectedly, when you play it for somebody else, oh, what was that? And you know that you've got it. All right? When I'm playing and my other teachers come in, I've been practicing something new. It's mystified me. I've gone through the drudgery and the boredom of practicing it over and over and over again. All of a sudden, when they walk in, "Mr. K, what was that?" Mr. K, that sounds beautiful. I know I've gone through the 3 steps. I've been mystified, I've sat down and mastered it, and now I mystify others. All right? Okay. Practice it until you're jaded. In other words, it doesn't what's jaded mean? Jaded means you're so used to it that it doesn't move you. All right? How many things have you practiced until you can do it without thinking? All right? That's when it sounds good. All right. That's all for this evening. I don't want to take you too long, but I want to thank you for joining us tonight. If you like what we're doing, we have a site full of lessons like this and a lot of different categories on 5 different levels. And join us at playbyhere.com. You may have gotten an email inviting you to join. Take a look at that. The offer that's sent there will expire on Saturday. So if you want that special rate to rejoin, make sure you get that by Saturday. Because Saturday about noon, I think, is when we'll pull that down. All righty. Now we're going to do like Oprah and give away something free. All right. We have an ebook called Basic Chords Every Serious Musician Must Know. I haven't got more rave reviews from anything more than I have this book. It's going to give you each of the major, minor, major 7th, and dominant 7th chords, and all inversions. It's going to give you the theory of how it's built, tell you how it sounds, how to recognize it when you hear it, and examples of how it has been used in songs. So you can actually pull up things on YouTube and find, hear it in context. Okay. All right. So we normally give it to people after they've joined us and they've been with us like about 3 months. But we're going to give it to everybody tomorrow morning. You should see it in your inbox. After you join, you'll get a series of emails from us, and you'll get another link giving you a chance to download that. But so you'll know you already have it. Okay? All right. Thank you for attending. Now, for the next 10 or 15 minutes, we're going to answer any questions that you've had. So Chris, our producer, is going to help us with that. Has anybody asked any questions yet? Or if you would like to, put it in on the right real quickly, and in the next 10 minutes, we'll answer whatever questions. Thank you for those who are on the advanced and professional level. I know some of this may have been kind of boring to you, but I hope you got a little out of it. But we're going to do one more in February, understanding and building chords from scratch, and that will be on the easy and intermediate level. And then we're going to go to some more advanced things. So I hope those that were here, that were on those levels, I hope you'll be patient with us. That's the biggest challenge of teaching a big group, is that in music, everybody's on different levels. So, but the vast majority were on easy to intermediate level, and that's why we stayed on that level tonight. So we'll do that one more time in February, and then we hopefully those that have attended this one and the next one will be ready for some advanced and professional stuff. All right? All right, anybody? No questions? Wow, did I do that good? No questions? Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see. So once again, passing tones. hear the passing tones? See the passing tones in between? Passing tones in between the chords. Okay. Okay. Okay, we had a good question. Who was that by? Was that? Okay. Hi, Yvonne. She said, now when adding the sixth, is it added in time? All right. You move enough to you could put it on the beat or off the beat as long as you get to the chord on time. All right, let me do some examples on that. Let's go back to I Need You to Survive. I like that one because it's slow and it has all the numbers in it. Watch this. I need you. Let's see. Let's go. Are we on the yeah. I need you. You need me. There you go. See, since the 4 chord has those notes, we are on the piano view, right? Okay. I walked down to that B flat, right? So I said, as long as I get there on time. If I wanted to, I could say, we're all a part of God's body, right? So I can do as much as I want to. That would be a little overdone. Okay. Right, or as long as I get to the beat on time. Then it's all to me. Stand with me. Okay. I was walking down to that. I just did 6. Agree with me. We're all a part, right, of God's. See, as long as I get there on time. Instead of playing the whole chord, I walk by 6. Isn't that amazing? Right. But I practice doing that first. Okay. All right. So, Yvonne, I hope that helped. Okay. Okay.
With 6, do the notes have to be 6 notes apart in the key the song is played, or the key of the chord?
Okay. That was a very good question. I got a call. A question says, do the 6 have to be in the key of the song or the key of the chord? Now, you got good music understanding. Actually, it can be either. First of all, you whenever you're in a song, the scale for that song is the main thing. But if the chord goes out of the scale, then you can go out of the scale, right? So you notice when I got to the F sharp, my 3 chord, that's the F sharp. Now, once I play that F sharp, with that A is now legal. Normally it wouldn't be legal, but when I put that chord in there, now I can play that A. And Why Do You Cry, there was a B major chord. All right, as long as I'm playing that B flat major chord, that D is legal, right? So now I can do that same thing in B. Right? Why do you cry? 2, then to 5, 5. He has risen 1, then to 4. For those that know the circle of 4th, God, are you weeping? Okay. Let's see. There's the walking by 6. Now, since I'm on F, I can use that A. Right? See, I can use that G. Because while I'm on that F, I can use the F scale. He's not dead. Now, since that's E, B flat major, all right. Now, that's something that takes a while to process and to get, but you hit on something very, very good. That each, while I'm on that particular chord in the scale, that position in the scale, I can use that scale for that particular note. When I'm here, I can use B flat major if it's a major chord. If I'm on a B flat minor, then I can use the chord for that. If I'm on a F major, then I can use the F major scale also. All right, good question. Anybody?
Warren McKenzie asks, he said the webinar is great. Can you show how you walk down in 6 one more time?
Okay, let's. Somebody asked, would I show how I walk down the scales on 6 one more time? So what I do first, I'm assuming you mean to practice it. All right. So, and if you practice it well, then in songs you'll hear what you're supposed to do. So what I did was I took my D flat major chord, which is my 1 chord. Okay. Now I removed my A flat because from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See how the notes are six notes apart on the scale. I moved up a 6th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So my third and my root, they're a 6th apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Now, all I have to do is move up and down the scale, keeping that same spacing. And come back down. See what I'm doing? You want to master that. Master that. And you will have fill-ins anytime you get ready, right? You'll have to hold yourself back to keep from overdoing it. Now watch, let me show you something else. I have this as a Christmas carol. If you got that master, then you can say, joy to the world, the Lord is come. There you go. If you master that, you got that, all right? Let earth, F sharp major, receive her King. All right, I did Joy to the World just with that, all right? Let Now, when I do these, I can do that. Sometimes I'll choose to do that, making a little exception on the 6 when I'm doing my 5 and those 2 notes. All right, just by 6th. You could do so much with that. All right, somebody gonna hear me. Somebody gonna hear me. All right. Any others? All right. Well, I really enjoyed you guys tonight, and I hope that you got something out of this. We're going to try to do this every other month for a little extra to do. The one in February is going to be understanding and building chords from scratch. We're going to go everywhere from basic major chords all the way up to 13ths with flat 11ths. All right. We're going to show you how they're made from scales, how to tell them apart by their sound. All right. All right. With that, we will be going. I hope you all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And remember, don't just play, understand, and be a blessing to your church.